All right, let's get into this. Today, we're doing a deep dive on the albatross. And this isn't just any bird. Our sources describe it as the sovereign of the infinite sky.
It's a perfect description. We're talking about a creature that has absolutely mastered its environment.
Right. A biological engineer that can spend years, literally years, without ever touching land. So our mission today is to figure out how it pulls that off.
And you just have to start with the wingspan. I mean, you can't talk about the albatross without it. The wandering albatross has the largest of any living bird.
And what are we talking, like 8, 9 feet?
Try 11.5 feet, 3.5 meters. It looks like a living glider.
11.5 feet. So how on earth does a bird that huge stay up there without just getting exhausted? You'd think that size would work against it.
You would, but it's actually the key. It all comes down to a technique called dynamic soaring, is how they fly, basically, without burning any energy.
Dynamic soaring. So they're, what, surfing the air?
That's a great way to put it. They're harvesting energy from the wind, moving over ocean waves. And they can do it because they rarely even have to flap.
How is that possible?
They have this, it's called a shoulder lock. It's a tendon that clicks their wing joints into place.
Flicks them, like locks them open.
Exactly. So their wings become these rigid, perfect airfoils. And that efficiency is just, it's off the charts. An albatross can fly around the entire planet in 46 days.
Wow.
Yeah, and get this, while using less energy than if it were just sitting still on a nest.
Less energy than sitting still. That just doesn't sound physically possible, and that endurance defines that whole life.
Completely. They spend the first, 5 to 10 years of their lives at sea. They eat, they sleep, they live entirely on the wing or on the water.
Okay, that brings up a huge question. How do you sleep? How do you sleep when you're flying over the most dangerous oceans in the world?
Scientists believe it's something called unhemispheric sleep.
So sleeping with one half of the brain at a time?
Exactly. One half rests while the other half keeps them flying, keeps them aware of what's happening.
A constant split brain autopilot system. Incredible. And what about, drinking? They must be taking in tons of salt water.
They are. They're actually part of a group of birds called tubanoses for this very reason.
Tubanoses.
Yeah, look at a picture and you'll see these tubes on their beaks. They are quite literally built with their own little desalination plant inside their head.
No way.
It's true. Special glands pull the salt from their blood, and then they just sneeze out this super concentrated brine through those tubes.
So this is an incredibly solitary, tough life, which makes you wonder, what's their social life like? Do they even have one?
Oh, they do. And what's fascinating is that their physical endurance is completely matched by their social loyalty. They're famously monogamous.
Mating for life.
For life. And that life can be over 60 years. The young birds spend years, not months, years, practicing these incredibly complex dances to find the right partner, bowing, clicking their beaks.
And once they find that partner, that's it.
That is it. The sources say they develop their own private language. Little sounds, specific movements that only that pair understands.
So after months and months apart, flying thousands of miles, they can find each other again.
They return to the exact same spot, the very same nesting site, every single year to reunite.
That's an incredible story, but there has to be a catch, right? There's always a paradox.
There is. And for the albatross, its greatest strength has become its greatest vulnerability. They have a phenomenal sense of smell, which is really rare for a bird.
And that helps them find food, I'm guessing.
From up to 12 miles away, they can smell squid or fish on the water, a perfect adaptation.
But I see where this is going. That same sense of smell probably leads them to other things.
It leads them straight to fishing boats. And thousands of them die every year getting caught in long-line fishing gear. That powerful smell is also why they mistake floating plastic for food.
So this perfect biological machine, it just isn't designed to cope with us.
Exactly. It's uniquely vulnerable to our impact on the oceans.
So we have this incredible symbol of endurance, a creature that literally turns the wind into fuel for its life's journey. It really makes you think. If the albatross can use a force like wind, something that's always there to power itself, what are we missing?
That's the perfect question. It shows us that friction, the wind, the waves, the salt, it doesn't have to be something you fight. It can be fuel. It makes you wonder, what are the constant unseen wins in our own lives? The daily routines or the frictions we complain about. Maybe we could learn how to soar on them instead of just pushing against them. That's the real lesson here.